Springtime is the season of renewal. Trees bud, grass grows, the weather changes from the harsh cold of winter to the sun-warmed breezes of a new revival. It's also something important to the folks of mid-Missouri. No, not the opening of baseball spring training, but the opening of Mugs Up. You get into a business to make a living, but sometimes along the way, that business becomes more. And that's what happened to Ray Cooley in July of 1955 when he bought a little drive-in restaurant on the business loop in Columbia and named it Mugs Up. Ray's son Larry worked at the restaurant growing up, met and became friends with a young, pretty, shy girl who had started working there named Kay. 9 years later, Larry and Kay were married, and they took over the business in 1974. Along the way, they had a daughter and a son. The son, Brandon, now runs the day-to-day operation of the business, with Dad helping to open each morning and Mom doing the books.
I actually feel like I grew up here. Even as a kid, before I worked here, I used to come in with my dad every night and sit at the back of the restaurant and eat a hot dog and drink an orange soda and maybe some chips. Oh, I always wanted to work here, yeah. I started at 12 years old with my mom on Friday nights, and I worked here a lot more during the summers, and I saved up and bought my first car working here.
The friendly employees and the signature menu of homemade root beer, Zip burgers, and chili cheese dogs created a loyal customer base.
I know Mugs Up has been a landmark here in the Columbia area. It's something I remember coming to ever since I was little, and we always looked forward to that first opening day in the summertime when Mugs Up was open and we could come visit.
I've been coming here ever since I was a little girl, and I'm 71.
Came here first time probably back in 1962 or 3 or 4, somewhere in there.
I've been eating here since 1979, and this is my daughter. When she was little, we used to pile her in the car and bring her to Mugs Up, so she's been eating here for at least 30 years.
Been eating here all my life since we were kids.
We come about once or twice every year.
Oh, I've been coming to Mugs Up for decades, probably.
Oh, I've been coming here since 1978.
Just a Columbia original and keep coming back.
It's been said that the root beer is the best in the land.
When I was 12, I was taught how to make the root beer, and I've been doing it since then. We get our syrup, a special syrup, and we use sugar, and we have a large vat in the walk-in freezer that we use to make it, and I'm the one that makes it, and we go through a lot of it. So I make it, if not every day, every other day.
Along with the root beer, Mugs Up is known for the Zip Burger, a loose meat sandwich, and their homemade chili that can't be beat smothering a hot dog in a bun.
My grandfather invented the Zip Burger, and also the chili that we serve is an original recipe of his. And when I was old enough to be, over the stove here, I was given the little handwritten recipes for everything from my grandfather and was taught by my father how to actually make the food. Nobody that works here knows the recipes except for me and my dad and my mom. It's all very hush-hush, and I'm not at liberty to tell anybody the ingredients.
Don't think that Mugs Up relies on only seasoned clientele. New customers are added every day.
We went to Kansas City, went around, then on our way back, we were on the internet, saw good reviews for the place, decided stop by and eat.
Social media has done a lot to help us. I think it's done a lot to spread, that we're here to people that didn't know otherwise. And I think it's also helped as far as letting people know when we're open and closing, like our opening date and stuff like that. I think we get a lot of, attention for that. When in the past, people just kind of knew this stuff by word of mouth. And I know some people probably still do, but I think that like Facebook and some of the other apps that people have really helped spread, knowledge of our existence.
Very first bite. It was definitely worth the stop.
Every customer has their own favorite culinary delight.
Oh, I love the root beer.
I like the cheese chili fries the best.
I'm a chili cheese dog girl, but I know a lot of people like the Zip Burger.
I like the cheese zips, they're really good, and the root beer.
Oh, I just like all of it, but cheese zips a good favorite of mine.
We like the chili cheese dogs.
That's what I have, 2 chili cheese zips,
pickle only, fries, and a large root beer.
Cheese zip everything and a large root beer.
The root beer is delicious.
I like the zip burger with everything.
It's no secret why Mugs Up has such a family-friendly atmosphere.
We rarely have to hire new people because most people stay here. This is a family restaurant, and we treat our employees like family, and we think of them that way because most of them have been here at least 10 years or more.
I believe my Aunt Sherry has been here the longest, and that's my mother's sister, and my mother would be second, and then comes me, and then comes my two sisters.
I've known them all for many years, and they're a wonderful family. And actually, Kelly's sister Sherry worked here before Kelly came back. She worked here with my parents when they were in high school at Hickman, and I've known Sherry all my life. She's actually worked here longer than I've been alive.
So Brandon is like a brother to me, and he always has been. As a kid, when I would come up and hang out with Mom, and it always looked so fun, and now it's just like home to me.
I'd like to think we're a good place to work.
It's a great place, and I hate that it closes in the winter.
And it was here in this parking lot when I agreed to go into the family business. So it's a special place for me and always a special place to come home and have a fun lunch.
But I love that flaked ice in the sodas. It's the best.
I better not tell any stories about bringing girls here.
I don't know if we went on a date here, but we have had a date night where on a motorcycle we came here.
We just really like the atmosphere, and it's really neat to be able to come to a place with the nostalgia and the history, and we love to support small businesses.
Landmark is honored to be the bank of Mugs Up, and we look forward to a continuing prosperous relationship with the Coolies and that special place of theirs, Mugs Up.
I love this place, yeah. It's my life. I've grown up here, and it's been my childhood and then my adulthood. And I love the people I work with, and I love that I get to see my parents my dad every day and my mom most days. And, it's nice that it just feels like home. It always has to me.